Welcome to Bendy. Join your two favorite transatlantic weirdos, Andy from Ireland and Beth from the USA, as we take you on a journey through every topic imaginable, with insight, vulnerability, and fart jokes, or in other words, the complete human experience.
Hello, and welcome to Bendy, a podcast about being flexible in all of the ways that means. Thanks for joining us. My name is Andy Young, and I'm one of your poetic, semantic hosts. Joining me, as always, is our other poetic and semantic host, Beth Martin. Beth, a pleasure as always.
Andy, the pleasure is mine, not yours.
What? How dare you steal my pleasure? There's no need.
I know, right? How are you?
I'm not too bad, actually. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today.
Good.
I broke the format a wee bit because I didn't want to get into what's a crack immediately, which is we sort of catch up first.
Yeah.
So I am doing okay, actually. Had a bit of a less stressful day.
Good.
On the day of this record, so which is nice, you know, and I kind of got some stuff done. I made myself a big pot of dal, you know, like Indian food,
yeah.
Indian dals. Yeah, like lentils and stuff like that, so that was nice. So, you know, you always feel good whenever, A, it's food related, and B, you feel like you've been productive, you know.
It's true. It's funny, I don't know if our listeners really understand that we're recording across the planet. So like
the ocean. The
pond.
It's true.
So it's morning-ish my time and it's nighttime your time. So it's like you've already had your whole day and I'm like, I mean, it's 11 o'clock my time, but I walk the dog.
Yeah. It's true. It's still a productive day. I mean, sometimes if that's, I mean, like, it's rarely that my days are just that, but sometimes if I have walked the dog, if I've, you know, walked the dog, done a bit of yoga, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I've done useful stuff today.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. But I try not to put, like, too much pressure on myself. I used to do that, and I'm doing it less, just generally.
I don't think I can stop. I think I'm, like, addicted to putting pressure on myself. It's a constant struggle.
Do you, like, make lists and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I do. So, like, I have...
Oh, look at you.
I'm showing Beth. But, like, they're hellish. Like, I don't know if you can see.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Your handwriting's terrible.
Oh, and it's awful. Awful. At least I can read it. It's probably best that people can't read all the stuff that's on my lists. But, like, I've tried, like, digitizing them and things like that, but it just doesn't work for me. I just like to have something written down.
Yeah. When I'm going full tilt list making, I'll draw little boxes that I can actually physically check off to make myself feel better, and then I'll cross it out as well. But I haven't been making lists lately, and I have been far less productive.
It's very satisfying crossing out something on a list.
It really is. It really is.
Especially if you got a big list and you just be like, I crossed all these out today. Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes I put things on the list like bath or make breakfast or things I know I have to do, and then I just feel productive.
That's a good life hack, I think, you know, to make you like, you know, also to relax a little more as well. Do you know what I mean? Because we do, like, we're talking about putting pressure on ourselves, and it's like, I've done 2 things on my list.
Right. It's true.
I showered today.
Yeah, I showered. Can we talk? So, is this to follow up last week's episode where you were talking about the Halloween turnip and I died laughing? Yeah. I looked it up online.
Beth sent me some pictures.
See, what does this look like? And I texted you and I was like, what the fuck? It was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen.
They were like proper. The ones that you sent me were really creepy.
They were so
had these
scary.
Like, tiny wee eyes.
And like these little teeth. And I was
it was like... The teeth. Like, I would like to say my turnips were not quite as scary. And if I can find pictures of them, I will send them to you. I mean, like, they were
No, you don't need to.
Half-assed.
I've got the one from the Smithsonian and it's so scary.
I'm just gonna, like, next time I'm coming over to see you, I'm just gonna come a day early and just set turnips around your house.
I'll scream. Keep finding them in corners.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably the more likely thing is that, like, you'll be like, get a phone call from me and I'm like, Beth, customs have stopped me, and I'm like, why? My bag was filled with turnips. And I'm not allowed to take this stuff internationally.
Right. So that happened.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they were they were scary, those ones, though. They were.
I know. And I it's just a fascinating cultural. Is that like UK thing, or is it
That's a good
Irish?
question. I think it's Irish, definitely. I think it would have happened in the UK as well. I think so.
Did you put them outside?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Huh.
And put candles in them. Yeah. I remember doing that. I know.
I'm so confused.
I think, like, I mean, I'm probably going to be hugely ignorant. People will shout at me. I just don't think pumpkins are as common in the UK as they would be in the US. So I think that's probably why.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have like pumpkin spice stuff? Is it like pumpkin spice season there?
It started happening in recent years, but it wasn't as big a thing as, again, as in the US, because we like pumpkin spice everything. I remember it being in America, like even like 10, 15 years ago, and like pumpkin spice donuts and all sorts of pumpkin spicy things.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, and I've tried it like a couple of times just out of curiosity, and it's fine. I don't know why it's become so, I don't know, omnipresent.
Yeah. It's not my favorite thing. Sorry to those out there who like wait, and honestly, it's Starbucks that created this phenomenon, I think, and it's just like they make shirts now, like it's pumpkin spice season that people wear, and everyone's like, yay. I can't even talk about it. I can't even talk about it.
Fair enough.
Weird.
Yeah,
it's not turnip season.
No, it's not turnip. Oh, hey,
spice turnip season.
Spice. I'm writing that down on my idea list. Turnip spice. I'm adding it to the list. Sounds delicious, right? Who's not going to want turnip spice in their coffees?
You're welcome, Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks. We want a cut of this if you do.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
You better not.
We've created something new here.
This right now.
So
Beth, what's the? I feel like I've already asked you this, or we've been covering this. So I was going to ask you what the crack was.
Well, I do have some stuff. I had something happen that is like, I'm having these bittersweet moments that just are happening. I was at the pickup line. You know me in the pickup line, chatting everybody up, picking up the kids at school, and I had this random man walk up to me, and he was like, did you just move here about a year ago near the house that's with the white paint? He's like, are you from Washington? And I was like, yeah, it's us, we're from Oregon. And we were chatting, and he wanted to know what the paint colors were on our house, because we had it painted and like painted the gutters and everything. And he was like, I'd really love it if you would send me that information, because I was like, oh yeah, like you can call our painter or whatever. And he's like, I'm gonna paint my house myself. And then he started crying.
Oh,
and
wow,
like tears were welling up, and I was like, are you okay? And he's like, well, he was like, actually a year ago my wife passed away, and this was something that she wanted, was to paint the house the same colors as your house. And so I wanted to do this for her, and I'm going to do it by hand. And I walked the dog today, and because I have had COVID and I haven't been walking the dog. She's been very mad at me. But I went down the street and I looked at his house, and he painted it. And I was lovely. Like, oh, so yeah. It's just that's like, it is very sweet. And it's just like, it goes to show that it was just a very like human moment.
Yeah.
That I feel like I miss out on a lot of times, where people they tell you what's going on in their lives, you know? And so that happened, and it made me feel it just super bittersweet, you know, sad for him, and watching him go through the grieving process, and physically doing something so wonderful for his wife who passed away. So yeah,
that's lovely. And that's a nice, what a nice interaction as well. That's nice.
Nice. So I'm gonna try it once it warms up. We'll have him and his kids over, and I was like, do your kids swim? And he's like, no. And I'm like, they can learn in our pool. You know,
Nice.
so yeah, I think we're making a friend there too. So
Good.
yeah,
That's lovely.
and
Okay, that's
I
awesome.
get grief too, so I was like,
Yeah.
I can speak
Yeah.
to you about this, and if you want to talk, and so that was the thing that happened.
Nice.
And I have a toad update on the toad that I've been
Uh-huh.
rehabilitating.
Oh, yes, of course.
Jeremy or Chode the toad. We couldn't decide on a name.
Jeremy Chode the Toad.
Chode. It was Chode the toad. But I don't want the kids to run to school and be like, we have a toad named Chode.
His name's Chode. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's a good idea.
So, he got released last night or afternoon. I didn't want it to be like dark out, but like, you know, because they're cold blooded.
Yep.
So we put him down by the creek, and I checked an hour later, and he was gone. And so he's going
Nice.
and living his happy toad life, and he's fully
Live that creek
rehabilitated
life.
and released back into the wild. So those are the things that are
Excellent.
up. Yeah,
That's great. I love it.
I know. Just out there helping
Um,
people with random things and saving toads.
Yeah, and giving toads their creek lives
That's
that
right.
they've been
And then
waiting for.
I told you that we had hatched butterflies and released them. I have one that
I
like
think
is
you did.
deformed. So now I just have a pet butterfly that I like feed oranges to every day, and he kind of like gimps around. And I think they only live for like 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm gonna give
Yeah.
him the best butterfly life that he can possibly have. He or she, they. So
That's amazing. What did you say you feed them?
oranges, anything
Okay,
that
nice.
yeah, like you can make like a nectar, like basically like sugar water. But what they
Okay.
really like are like I like to feed them like fresh fruits. This is like the third time we've done this, so
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah. What's the crack with you, Andy?
What is the crack with me? I
What's-
did have something for today, but it's completely.
Look
Well,
at
I
your
talked a
look at
little
your
bit-
giant list. If you can read your handwriting.
Look, no, I don't want to look at my list. My list just depresses me. No, I did have a lovely conversation with a friend. This is probably better for what's occurring, actually. Okay.
Okay.
Let me think again. No, I did have a nice conversation with somebody just about life here, actually, recently. It just reminded me, you talking about me, that person in the line. And she's from South Africa. She goes to the yoga studio that I go to, and she had talked about like how much she loves it here because like she had been over to visit South She say she's from there. She lived there for like 20, 30 years of her life, and she finds it like she goes back and it kind of breaks her heart a wee bit because she finds it quite dangerous. You know, it's kind of like she's talking about in Northern Ireland you can as a woman walk around at night and not feel too worried, whereas it's just not the case over there. And it was just something I hadn't thought about a whole lot. And you know, certainly my relationship to this country, I went through a period where I was like, I'm not really feeling it anymore, and it took me to kind of spend time away from the country and come back to it. That was like, you know what, there's a lot to love here. And I mean, it's, you know, every place has its ups and downs, but there's a lot to kind of love here. And it was nice seeing it through somebody else's eyes and them seeing like why they like their life here, you know. So it was good. It was a nice chat.
That's an interesting topic, like safety.
Yeah.
And like,
It's
what's it like? Like, what would it be like for me to walk around at night in Northern Ireland as opposed to San Diego? Like, that would be very different.
it's interesting, and it's something like, you know, you really take for granted as like, and we talked about this in the travel episodes. It's like, it's easy for me to travel because I'm a white man. I think I might have even mentioned this then, but I talked to a friend of mine, and I was like, who was a female, and I was like, you should go traveling. I think you're great. I think it would be really benefit you. And she was like, yeah, but it's different for you. And it took her to say that to me, and I was like, of course, you're right.
Like,
It's completely different, you know. It's just this light bulb moment, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's wild. It's such a shame, but that's the case for a lot of people, you know, in different parts of the world.
But it's lovely that she feels that in your town.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was also telling me how, like, and this is a very Northern Irish thing, she's like, I love how people talk to each other here. And she's like, I remember going to a supermarket and talking to the lady who's doing the checking out her goods. And she said at the end of it, the lady knew her life story, her like how many kids she had, the name of her husband, and just like this just wouldn't happen. This just wouldn't happen whenever I was from, and it was like, yeah, I suppose that's true.
You know what's happening here with grocery stores? Like, do you guys have Amazon stores there yet?
Not really. I certainly not in London and stuff like that. I think they do, but not so much here.
So they're either the Amazon stores, you kind of walk in and walk out, and like.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Or they have most things are going self-checkout, so you don't have an interaction with anybody. You go to the store.
Yes.
There's no hi, how are you? You know, someone's getting your groceries, bagging them, or you bagging them. People are upset that A, that jobs are being taken away, and B, that we are now doing the job of the people that the store was paying before.
Yeah,
right.
It's true.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of pushback for that happening. And
like part of me loves the self-checkouts a little bit because I'm like, I don't have to talk to somebody, but I also realize that that's maybe not a good impulse on my part.
Yeah, but for some people, you know, that's where they get their, like me with a pickup line, it's like that's where they get their human interaction. And to have that taken away, especially now, you know, that we're entering the world of working from home more and more.
Yeah, it's true.
So anyways, that was super digression. Keep talking about your stuff, unless you want to.
I know. I think that's all I really had for what's a crack. So I guess the next question to ask is what's a current.
Do you want to start with your?
Oh yeah, so I will. So one of my good friends, she sent me a message, and it just came through the other night, and it was really lovely. She works as a social worker, and she really responded, particularly to the mental health episode we did, but just kind of generally had some really lovely feedback about just the way we were talking about things, and you know, how we talked about things, and how like she had been like recommending it to people, both like people that she worked with and friends and things like that, and it was very lovely feedback. It was a very lovely message, so it was most welcome.
That's and wonderful.
Been lovely to both of us.
Yeah. Well, pat yourself on the back. Good
job.
Yeah,
exactly.
Good job.
We rock.
With our soft hearts.
Exactly.
That's so great. So episode 7 was the emotional mental health episode, and it hit a chord with people. I actually had I had a friend say that they know you're single, and they were like, that episode should be Andy's dating profile, because it was like he's so great, and you know, like that's what a very like self what's the word I'm looking for? Just like self-realized, self-realized.
Actualized,
self-actualized, whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so you're.
I'm living it. I know. I'm joking. I'm a mess.
That's why we love you. Everyone's a mess. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
And then we got a feedback from a friend who is a Bendy listener. Her friend is a Polish transplant living near Chicago. And they said that this podcast, they're interesting, thought-evoking and funny, and I like their topics. You were right. It's like sitting with your best friends, much-needed change from heavy-duty topics. So I thought that was nice.
That's really nice. Yeah, it's a lovely one as well.
Yeah.
Very kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we love to hear it.
I know. It's weird getting compliments, like what you were saying in the last episode, where you're like, when people say nice things about me, it makes me want to run away.
I think, did I say that I wanted to like put my hand in their face and
push them away? But I just, you know, that feels good. I also just want to say that, you know, listeners, this is your show too. So we would love to hear, you know, not necessarily feedback about what you like, but if there are topics that you would like us to touch on, like turnips.
A whole turnip episode, right?
Right.
Coming up.
Pumpkin spice. Sorry, but
I mean,
we're here. We're
I feel
listening.
like we we don't limit ourselves. We could think about like a turnip season, like a few months maybe, all turnip content. People would love it.
I think
just
I
come
need
back
to.
for more.
This is like going to be the first T-shirt. It's going to be like Bendy, and it's going to have a turnip on it.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So So yeah, those are the things that I have that have been occurring.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's time for us to talk about.
I'm so excited.
This week's topic. So like I have, and Beth may overrule me here, I have decided to call this episode Slinging Slang.
Slang? Slinging?
No, slinging?
Slinging slang.
Slinging slang. Yeah, like we're throwing slang at each other. I mean, like it's happening.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Okay, so perfect.
Sorry. I'm sitting at my daughter's desk and like it's so full of junk and stuff just fell on the floor. So singing slang, I love it. Slinging slang.
Slinging slang, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you're seeing how the.
Or we'll like throw some Paris Hilton in there and we'll be slinging slang.
Exactly. Finally.
Actually, that might be a good marketing idea.
She's I mean, we might be able to get her because I think she's supposed to be like in a deal with like Twitter that has fallen apart within the past week.
Yeah,
so
I saw that with Elon Musk. Yeah, I know. She's yeah. Okay, I'll let her know.
All right, perfect. Okay. I mean, you're closer to her. You can just drive around her house, I guess.
Probably.
That's how it works over there, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you get arrested. So yeah.
Yeah, I get arrested. Yeah.
Or I go in her house and just steal her stuff, and then
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to get rich too. I'm sure she's got some nice stuff.
Yep.
So, I guess this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about slang from different, both sides of the pond. Mm-hmm. From there's some Northern Ireland specific stuff. There's some Irish specific stuff. And Beth's going to have. Well, I don't know what Beth's going to have. I presume stuff from your part of the world currently and parts of the world that you lived in previously too. Or parts of America rather.
Yeah, I've got America, and I'm also we have a last episode where like I forgot to record myself, and so I made it more difficult this time for you. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, challenge accepted. I'm quite excited for that. I've got a few new ones from last time, and I think I've got like sentences that I want to kind of give you and to see if you can like figure out
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. And just interpret it.
The one. Shall I start with one?
Yes. Okay. Just lay it on me. I'm ready.
So I kind of want to read this to you without any sort of like intonation in my voice because I think it would kind of give it away.
Okay.
But I was playing an online video game with a friend recently, an American friend recently, and I said something and he just laughed and he was like, that's amazing, I've never heard you say that before. So the phrase was, and these will all be words that you understand, but I kind of want you to tell me whether you think this is positive or negative.
Okay.
And what I said was, with no intonation, you fucking dancer.
You fucking dancer.
So the phrase is, you fucking dancer.
I'm going to say positive.
It is.
Because I like...
Somebody had done some...
like,
sorry, go on.
Why dancing, though? Why dancer?
God, you're going to ask me to figure out what it means. I don't know, but like it is, and it's something that I hadn't said for so long. I don't know where it came from, but somebody did something good in the game, and I was like, "Ooh, you fucking dancer!" And my friend just cracked up, and he was like, "Wow, I've never heard that one before." And I'm like, "Have you not?"
I'm gonna start using it.
That would just.
I'm gonna start appropriating that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay.
I think it's particularly a Northern Irish one as well, I should say.
Okay. But anyway, interesting. Yeah, do tell me, which region?
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, I will. There'll be some stuff that I'll be so a lot of it. There's a lot of Ulster Scots stuff, and so that will be typical to both Ulster, which is Northern Ireland, kind of, and Scotland.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. So I've got some phrases.
Okay.
Not just words. Melting pot.
Yes. So melting pot means like loads of like different communities of all sorts of different backgrounds kind of all coexisting in the same place.
You're right. I hate you so much.
Yeah.
Andy gets a point. Okay, so it's 1-1. I'm going to start keeping score.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, please do. Actually, that's a good idea.
Okay.
We can mark off the scores.
Okay, so Andy and Beth, so far we're tied. All right, you go.
Okay, so if I was to describe somebody as a melter, what would that mean?
Okay, melter or
No, melter. So like melting pot. So
okay.
melter.
Okay, I'm gonna say that person's really hot. No. Shit. That person's a melter. A melter. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if somebody's a melter, they're kind of annoying.
Oh,
so like,
really?
They're like melting your head. So like, oh, that person's a melter because that's
like my brain is melting.
Yeah, my brain is like running out of my ears because they're so they're kind of irritating. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense, but like I think mine makes more sense. I think you're doing. I think you guys are doing it wrong.
Okay, well, like I'm gonna take
tell your country.
Yeah, the people of Northern Ireland and tell them if anything to readjust.
All right, whistle stop tour.
Whistle stop tour is a very quick, a trip that stops in multiple places, but you're only stopping for a quick piece of time in each place.
You're right. Often used in like they used to do like political train stop tours.
Oh, is that where it came from?
Mm-hmm. Okay, probably somewhere else, but yeah, that's what I remember just from. Yeah, so you're right. You got a point. So it's 3-1 right now.
Nice. All right. Okay, so we talked about this before.
Okay.
So I'll say if you remember it, but the phrase is "boji."
Boji. Oh, I don't remember. Okay. I remember the
B-O-U-T space Y-E. Boji.
I don't. You're lucky that I don't have a memory.
It's working out nicely for me.
Okay, I know.
Okay. So the phrase, everyone, is boji. Boji.
Is it like, what's up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you that for sure.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Haha. I'm getting.
Because it was. I think I remember breaking it down for you before. Like, it's so ridiculous. I love it so much. So it's kind of like.
How is it?
It's about. It's like, so it's what about you, basically down to a very sort of, shortened to the minimum sort of understandable level, I guess.
But boji.
Boji, yes. So like. You could walk into a room and see somebody go boji, and you're saying, "How are you?" Essentially, I suppose. I think I compared it to like "How y'all doing" or something like that. I guess.
I'm turning this into a t-shirt too.
Boji.
Okay.
I feel like some of the. Remember, I sent you like what? I sent you like some. What were they? Coasters.
You did? Yes, I have them. I have them, and they make no sense. They had. I had to like. No, they make no sense. I had to Google them, and it was like, what did they? I have to find them, and I'll.
Okay, I can't remember what they said. No. Yeah, they had things like that on them. Yeah. Okay, do you have one for me?
I do. I'm gonna dead ass.
Dead ass. I have heard that, and I've never been entirely sure what it is. Hold on.
What's your best guess?
So I guess my guess is that it would be to describe a person, right? It's kind of like a unreliable kind of bum, sort of. No?
No.
What is it?
It's being serious. Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm serious about this thing. Like,
okay.
No, dead ass. Like, for real.
Interesting. Well, I don't think I have heard it in that context. I think.
So now you can start using this.
Okay, I will. Perfect. Thank you. I think I had heard, when I heard dead ass, it was like in conjunction with another word, but I can't think where I'm digging that up from. But yeah, okay.
Yep,
Okay.
I googled it.
Nice.
I googled it,
me.
so we're tied right now. Ha ha ha. Tables are turning, my friend.
Okay. The word I have for you is Hallion.
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 Is it like Hellion?
I suppose. I don't. You know. It's definitely got connective tissue, but I don't think it's quite the same.
Okay.
Because I think Hellion, as far as I'm concerned, is like a real kind of bad troublemaker.
Yeah.
Whereas, whereas I think a Hallion is something like
Hallion.
you could call. Sorry, I'll not.
Okay. You're gonna tell me what the answer is.
Yeah, I was.
I'm gonna give myself a point.
Yeah.
Okay, Hallion.
Maybe it's the same, but I'm thinking about it.
If I say it enough times, then I'll know what it means. Hallion.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Could you call your kids Hellions? Or a grandparent?
It's kind of like it's not necessarily like they're bad. It's just like, oh, they get into some trouble. Like they're a Hellion.
Yes, I think then it's much the same. Honestly, I guess that like Hellion, as far as my understanding was, that it was like something more strong. Like it was like a criminal, for example. But no, it's just a kind of a troublemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. I think that's pretty much a one.
So do I get the point or do you get the point?
Yeah, no, you get the point for that one.
Thank you. Cement booties.
Oh, so is this like a cement overcoat, like the kind of mafia would like to throw somebody in the river?
Yes.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Sweet. So you would actually put someone's feet in cement, let it dry, and then throw them in the water.
Has there been actually cases of that?
Yes.
Like there are. Okay.
Yes.
I had wondered.
More on the East Coast side.
Okay. I guess it was Chicago-y and stuff like that.
New York. Mm-hmm.
New York. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
It's kind of like the Sleeping with the Fishes crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I know. That.
I have to make a note of which ones I've said to you. Okay, so. Okay,
so I'm gonna give you a point. Okay, I'm ready.
So the next word is banjaxed.
I've been banjaxed. Like
burping off mic.
You're burping off mic. Mm-hmm. I do that too. I'll be like,
and then telling people about it.
Yep. What's the word again?
The word is banjaxed. Our word is banjaxed. So yeah, I mean it's
okay. I'm gonna just throw a guess because I have no idea.
Okay.
It means that I'm in trouble.
It's not far off. If something is broken,
okay.
I don't like. So if something is like broken and not working, you could say it's banjaxed. But you could also talk about somebody, like if somebody was like maybe for example particularly hungover, or maybe had broken something or sprained something, you could say they're banjaxed. I don't know. I'm sure you're gonna get shouted at for my interpretations of these things, but that's how I see it.
I think I don't get the point on that one.
Yeah, I don't think you're close enough.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fine. Whatever. All right. Okay. Lemon.
If something is like a dud, so like if your bag hard, it was crap. It would be a lemon.
Yes.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Okay, I have a particular sentence for you here for this next one, and I want you to tell me what you think had happened if somebody was to say this. So, if somebody was to say, I got a carry out from the office, what have they done?
They've gotten okay, say it one more time.
I've gotten a carry out from the office.
From the office? Office.
Yeah, so it's OFFIES, I believe.
Office. I got arrested by the cops?
No.
Okay.
It's I got what do you call them? Oh, you call them liquor stores. So I got some alcohol from the liquor store, I guess. That's how Americans
Say
talk.
it
Isn't
again.
It? It's alcohol from the liquor store.
Yes. Is that your American accent?
No. That's not my American accent. You know my American accent's awesome.
It is.
But I'm going to save that. That's a New Year treat for y'all. Oh, I give you a y'all there, though, at least.
Okay, no, repeat it again.
So, the phrase
Offies.
was, I got a carry out from the office. So, we call liquor stores are often called off licenses. So, OFF-license. It's a weird sort of thing. And then that has become shortened to offies.
Because just too many letters.
People just don't... You know how lazy people are? They just, like, especially if something has like multiple syllables in it. It's like, this thing is getting shortened in no time. Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't care.
I love it. Okay. Fubbing.
Give it to me again.
Fubbing.
Fubbing?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I do not know that one at all. So I'm going to make a guess that fubbing is...
You want me to spell it?
I think just making a mistake. No, I don't think it would help me at all. I'm guessing it's Fubbing.
PH.
Was it not?
PH.
Oh, okay.
Ubbing.
I really don't know what that is.
It's ignoring someone by you pretending to talk on your cell phone.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, I used to do that in college a lot.
I had a friend who...
I forgot. I'm
just as
giving myself a point.
We used to love to really run like harmless pranks like that didn't affect people. So he would if he had an old mobile phone that he just wasn't gonna be using anymore, he would take it out with him sometimes, and then just pretend to be having an angry phone call with somebody and just smashing the phone in the ground.
My best friend would do that. She'd walk around. But she would make fun of everyone that she saw next to me. Like, we would be walking next to each other. She'd be like, oh my God, her pants are so ugly. The one on the left. And I would be like dying laughing. It's like, that was probably not the nicest thing, but at the time.
No.
It was the 90s, man.
Whenever you're in college, all bets are off.
And early 2000s. I'm hip. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I gave myself a point on that. Mm-hmm. Did I already give myself? I'm going to give myself another one. Because I can't remember if I gave myself
Well, hold on a minute here. I think the scorekeeper is biased.
I might be a little biased. All right. Lay one on me.
Okay, so the next one I have is... I don't think I had this one even in our past one, so it's one I'd remembered about, is... The word is hoke.
Hoke?
Hoke.
Hoke. Can you spell, please?
Hoak. When I checked, I thought it was Hoke, but Hoak apparently is the spelling of it according to a Ulster Scots dictionary type thing.
Hoke.
Hoke. Our word is hoke.
Our word is hoke. Hoke.
So we're not.
It means local.
No.
Okay.
It means like... It specifically is like if you are trying to find something. Say, for example, there's something in your bag and you can't find it. I would say Beth is hoking around her bag to find
really?
her chopstick or whatever.
Like, it means to like rummage?
Yes, rummage, exactly.
Hoke?
Hoke, I know. It's so nasty. It really is.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's so dirty.
What is the root? Some of these I'm going to have to
who knows?
I know.
Like, it's probably so much of our slang has its roots in like one of the very sort of Gaelics in this sort of like, Ireland, Scotland, and so on. I'm sure they all are.
Yeah, we just steal words from everyone, so
yeah,
that's why you know everything. It's so not fair. Okay. Oh, I did that one already. Jonesing for.
Oh, if you really want something really bad.
Shit. All right, fine.
But it is true that, like, obviously, there's so much American content over here and so many American films and things like that, so we get so exposed to that sort of stuff, you know.
USA,
okay.
USA.
Yeah, okay. Okay. The word is, I wonder if this is, okay. The word is wick.
Wick. Spelled W-I-C-K?
Yes, so like a candle wick, yeah.
Okay.
The word is wick. Just so we don't have...
To sweat?
No, you know, I've heard it in those terms though, but like, if something's wick, it's bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard that burp.
No, sorry, was that on air burp? No.
It finally happened.
No. Oh no.
Wick.
If something's wick, it's bad. So like that's kind of wick.
How interesting. Like.
And I think it's got to be connected to the candle somehow, but I don't know.
Well, it's like on the East Coast, they say wicked and it's good. Like that's wicked. That's true. So it's that somewhere in translation.
Yeah, like I suppose it's, you know, it's maybe like a bad equals good type of thing, you know, if something's bad, it's kind of, so it's probably one of those things that has, you know, become so pummeled over time that any sort of original meaning is completely gone from it. But yeah.
Okay. Finsta.
Give that to me again.
Finsta.
Finsta?
I had to I'm like trying to stump you, so yeah.
I like it. Okay. Finsta is a new one on me. Yeah. Finsta. I'm just gonna make a stab in the dark and say fancy. If something's fancy, is Finsta?
No. So this is for our younger demographic that are in on the socials. So it's like a fake it's a fake Instagram account.
Yeah. I have heard this.
Yeah. That like famous people or people with like notoriety that don't want everyone to know their business, they create fake accounts.
Yeah,
called
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I have heard of that.
Okay.
I just don't think I knew the word.
Yeah.
I heard that. I think I mentioned it to you before, maybe on pod, was I found out what Riz was. I think I did. I can't remember.
Riz.
Anyway, Riz is sort of a shortened version of charisma. So if somebody has Riz, they are charismatic. And it was apparently just in the past week or so voted the most annoying word of the year.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, now I have to use Riz all the time. It's just speaking to me. Perfect. That's what I wanted. The most
Can I hashtag
it? Yes, please. I got that Riz. I'm going to be talking about all the Riz that I got all the time.
You were talking about how we need to bring Rad back, and I agree.
But what, sorry?
Rad.
Yes, I agree. And I do use that case. I don't know how that sort of got back into my vocabulary. I was probably watching...
I don't know. It's been...
Teenage Mutant
Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Is this where I get to talk about my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle rap? If you stand
yes, we talked about
for what you believe in and find the strength to do what's right, that's turtle power. I totally had it on tape. It was so good.
I had it on record.
Did
believe
you?
It or not.
Did
Showing
you really?
my age, yeah, I did. I was like, when I was young, it was still kind of tapes were starting to become more of a thing. But like they were about, but most singles were still released on vinyl at that point, you know. So it was quite exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's me now, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so the word is Baltic. The word is Baltic.
These are hard.
You're
making my brain work here.
I mean, like...
I feel like I'm taking the SATs, and I'm like, I didn't take Latin. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a dead language. Baltic.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's cold.
I should have...
I'm going to say cold.
Yes.
Really?
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Got it. Good work. I should have you seen...
You're so nice. You're like, good job. And I'm like, you get one. And I'm like, God damn it. That's how we play board games differently.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We haven't played many board games. It's gonna get vicious, I think.
Yeah, we played some when you came, and we played some in Costa Rica.
We did a little.
Rhino Hero.
We did play Rhino Hero. It was good fun. Have I just because I was thinking a good way of training you into some of the stuff would be to get you to watch some Irish films. Have you ever seen The Guard?
No.
Oh, it's so good. So it's basically, Don Cheadle plays this sort of, I think, a CIA agent who has come over to Cork in Ireland to investigate some weapon smuggling.
Ooh, fun.
And he's assigned a local sort of policeman who's played by, Brendan Gleeson.
Okay.
It's so much fun. I think you'd really dig it. The interaction between him and Brendan Gleeson and Don Cheadle is amazing. It's just some of the funniest stuff ever.
I'm gonna watch it.
But yes, it's a real good one.
One of my favorite Irish movies is The Commitments.
Yes.
Love it.
I've seen that for ages.
So good though, and funny and sweat, and it's all the things, and the music is good. We are The Commitments. Yeah, I've probably seen it 50 times.
I've only seen it once, and it was
when they're trying to they're doing a benefit concert for heroin, but they spelled heroin wrong.
Yes.
They have it with an E on the end. Like the heroin in the book.
Like a heroin, yeah. That's great. It's been so long.
Climbing over the fence to get to the practice area. And the mom's like, over the top. Anyways, I could go on, apparently.
I believe... So I think the last one was Baltic, so it's
it's me.
It's one for you.
Okay. I said that one already. You're going to get this, but I just couldn't help myself. Cut the cheese.
Oh, fart.
Yay.
Yeah. I don't think...
I wonder where it came from. Maybe it's an Irish... Do you guys say that? Who cut the cheese?
No, but I definitely have heard it in American movies and stuff like that. And
yeah.
I'm trying to think if people maybe would have said that when I was younger.
Yeah.
In school and stuff, maybe. It's interesting that there was people who... in school would call their mum's mom and things like that to try to be more American.
Oh, really?
You can see that
Instead
a little
of
bit.
mom?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. So I think you may have found people using phrases like that in their attempts to be more sort of American.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Not a good idea. Stick with what you got. What was I gonna say? I was wondering what kind of cheese would smell so bad, and then I'm like, maybe it's probably Limburger.
Yes, I was gonna say Limburger or one of the other sort of blue cheeses. I think there was one. Yeah, Limburger's a bad one. Though.
Yeah, my dad, as pranks, they used to put Limburger cheese on each other's engines. So on a hot day, you'd get in your car and it would just be it smells so bad.
I don't know that we have Limburger. I mean, we definitely got smelly cheeses, but I don't really it's one of those cheeses that I know the name of, but it feels again through American sort of movies is my connection to it.
Yeah. Do you like smelly cheeses?
I don't mind them. I like I do like a blue cheese, a good blue cheese.
I love a good blue cheese. I love a good gorgonzola cheese. My dad loved Limburger. We had a lot of Limburger. Do you guys have Emmenthal?
Yes, we do.
We don't. That's not very popular here, but I freaking love it. Swiss cheese.
It's great.
So good. Anyways, I just love cheese. I could do a whole episode on my love of cheese.
Right, write it down.
Okay.
We're gonna add that to our list. Cheese.
Episode whatever cheese.
Cheese. The cheese month, followed by the turnip month. Okay, so the next word is this is a softball thing.
Okay.
Is crack.
You're just feeding me this. What's the crack?
Yeah.
It means what's up. What's going on?
It does. It can also mean fun. It can also mean
that was crack.
It's a fairly multi-purpose word. Yeah, and that was good crack. You would say, that was good. If
that was good crack.
Yep. Or you could say
means something very different here.
Right. Or you could say, Or in talking about a person, you could say he was good crack or she was good crack. Yeah, I think I like, and there's so many kind of ways you can use it. It's such a sort of versatile word. And I think I told you before, one of the like sort of highest peaks of crackdom, I guess, would be the Cracks 90. And one of my favorite sort of, and that describes like driving. It's insane. I don't even
like 90 miles an hour.
Yeah. But one of my favorite deliveries ever was when somebody was really bored, and I'd like met them. It was at a work event or something like that, and I went to see him, and I was like, "How's it been so far?" And he goes, "Yeah, Cracks 90," just in a very, very flat, very sarcastic tone. I was like, "Yes."
So yeah. It's interesting. Here, I think it's just like, I still use the phrase, it goes to 11. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
From the Spinal Tap. Like, this one goes to 11.
Did you hear they're making a Spinal Tap too? I don't know how I feel about that at all.
I mean, it's Christopher. If it's Christopher Guest, he can do whatever.
Apparently it is, yeah.
I mean, he played the six-fingered man.
Yeah.
And also the guy in Dog Show that's like...
Yes.
talking about nuts. And all the different kinds of nuts.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
Pistachio nut, peanut, macadamia nut. I'm cool. I love Christopher Guest movies.
So do I.
Like Waiting for Guffman. He's just, and you know, he's married to Jamie Lee Curtis.
He is. Yep.
Who's a national treasure, international treasure. So, anyways.
Yes.
Okay. Hankering.
Say it again.
Hankering.
Oh, if you really desire something, you would be hankering for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're winning so far.
That's what I like to hear. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
I said the word. It was hard.
Okay. The word is, I think I should have a wee bit of context for this. Okay. So, the word is mucker. If I was to talk about a mucker of mine, what would I be talking about?
A mucker of yours.
Yeah, so M-U-C-K-E-R, mucker.
M-U-C-K-E-R.
Our word is mucker.
Okay.
I'll just wait for a bit what Beth's thinking.
Yeah, I like it. Don't make any like song. Okay. Don't do countdown songs or anything. Like
no,
Jeopardy.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna like
fill airtime.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. Mucker. That like this person is mucker.
Yeah, like a person is a mucker. What would they be? What would their relationship be to me if they were a mucker?
I'm gonna say a close friend.
Yes.
Really?
That would be good.
That was a total... Yeah. I was totally guessing. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it is so ambiguous, that one, because, like, mucker's not... Like, muck's not great, necessarily.
No.
So it's like... Yeah.
Why do you say mucker?
Oh, I don't know. It's like, very much one of those...
You hate it when I ask, like, origin.
I know. I like how I'm to search that.
Okay. He's not searching Google right now, guys.
I'm not searching Google. I'm reaching into my mind palace.
Your mind palace. Oh my god.
That was there was a guy. I think he's having the US as well. Who like a hypnotist, Darren Brown. Is that something familiar?
No.
Okay.
I'm not really hip with him. On who's a famous hypnotist, though.
He did. Nor am I for the most part, but he did all this like really crazy shit. Like he like hypnotized a guy into believing he was in an apocalypse and like got all these people to like pretend they were zombies and stuff like that. He's done so many like, insane things. He talks about that as well, about like how he does certain mind tricks is he reaches into his mind palace, and I was like, I understand what you're saying, but that's the most pretentious shit I've ever heard.
All right.
But yeah.
So how mucker, what?
Oh, so mucker, you were right. No, so you're right. So mucker is a person who removes dirt and waste, especially from mines or stables. So I guess, that's not...
But why would you why would you be like, this this is my friend, or like we're.
I have no.
Is it because it's like I get the sense that your culture likes to say the opposite.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So I think that's probably a good reason for it. I'm not finding a ton of stuff again in my mind palace to back this up here. And, not Google, never. How dare you? So I don't know the answer to that question. Okay. But it's just, yeah, I think it is that it's like, it's the opposite meaning, I guess. Like somebody who's dirty. My old friend, for whatever reason.
Okay, makes no sense, but I got it.
Yeah.
And I gave myself a point.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Poppin'.
Poppin'?
Poppin'.
If the spot is poppin', it's off the chain. It's so much fun. Yeah.
Yes. Good job.
I've been to some poppin' joints in my time.
Like what? Like what?
Name one. Oh no. Do you put me on the spot here?
Ice fishing.
The one that occurs to me. No, actually, the Fabrica de Arts in Cuba occurs to me as somewhere that was really popping. What a pretentious answer. The Fabrica de Arts in Cuba, Beth. Thank you very much. Was very popping. Okay.
Okay.
So
I'm starting to get nervous.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm going to give you the word. I feel like if you give me any answer, because the word is yoke. Y-O-K-E. Yoke.
Y-O-K-E, to yoke. Bringing things together?
It certainly could mean that, and I will grant you that. Yoke is a multi-purpose word, so like you could say, and you will find people who will say a sentence like, "Can you grab me the yolk from the yolk over in the yolk?" So thing, I guess.
Thing.
Yeah.
Can you grab me the thing in the thing from the thing?
Yes. But like even more generally, because like the yoke could be used to be describing a car in that example, or so get me the I guess wrench from the car in the garage. So get me the yoke from the yoke in the yoke.
And that's like people will say that, and someone else will know what they mean.
I would say somebody would say that. I don't know if I would go as far to say somebody would know what they mean, but I've definitely heard sentences like that where it's like they clearly aren't thinking of the words. They're too much engaged in whatever they're doing, so they just sentences like that come out, and it's like you're just supposed to know. I mean, like I guess. With context clues, you can maybe figure it out in some cases, but I've definitely heard sentences like that.
Huh.
Yeah, I know.
Thing.
Baffling.
Quite. Okay. I've got... No, I did that one. I'm on my last one. How many more do you have?
I have one more as well, so that's perfect. So that's good timing, actually.
Watch the bottom line.
I suppose primarily if I think about what's the bottom line, it would be your profit margins. You're trying to make sure that things are profitable in a company and so on and so forth.
It can't, yeah, I'll give you that. It can be that. It's kind of like, it can also mean like the final result of a situation. Like what's the outcome? Like what outcome are we looking for?
Yep.
But I think yours is probably more accurate. Honestly, so
okay.
Yeah,
I think when I've heard that, I always kind of think about it in terms of like company or sort of
financial
businessy terms. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll give that to you because you're right.
Thank you. Yes. So I actually have a few, and I'm trying to think of which one would be nice to end on. You know what? I'll go with this one because it's always a great favorite of mine. So the word is Egypt. Egypt. E-E-J-I-T.
Idiot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
I use that word.
I feel like that is, or at least I've heard like in a kind of Americanized sort of version of it, but I can't think of
it's
what it
idjit.
Exactly.
Idjit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
E-D-G-I-T. I like texted that to Mike the other day.
What is it? What is that spelling?
EDGIT.
Yeah.
Talk about
yeah.
like idiot.
Yes, it is, and it derives from the Irish slang word "idiot," which means a person who's a dumb or an idiot.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and I think I learned that word in Kentucky.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if my really poor memory is serving, which is probably not.
What a perfect way for it all to come together. An Irish word.
Right.
Influencing some American slang.
That's right.
You'd think we
and we shortened
this, right?
it. And we shortened it.
Yeah, we did shorten it. Yeah.
All right. So
Beth.
Yep.
What are the scores in the doors?
Well, it's 10 to 15 in your favor.
Ireland.
I know. I'm sorry,
and then
United
cut this
States.
out if you don't like Ireland. Northern Ireland. I'm not going to shout for the UK. Sorry, folks. I feel no particular attachment to it.
No, it's up.
But I'm covering all my bases in the island of Ireland.
It's true.
Just
although your demographic is in the UK, not in Ireland.
Well, this is true.
They're
you just have plenty of people that friggin' shout your name. Don't even worry about it.
You just have less people in your country.
It's true.
It's not your fault.
Exactly. We need to shout about it.
Mm-hmm. It was funny. Right before I hopped on with you, I was reading the news, and Kim Jong-un was giving a press conference to a room full of women in North Korea, and he was crying because he wants them all to have more children because their population is decreasing. And so he's crying, and then they pan onto all these ladies in the audience, and they're all sitting there crying too. And I was just like, wow.
Yeah, that's
some power.
Yeah, that truly is. I suppose they might know the consequences of not kind of reacting that way, which is really kind of that country's nuts.
I know. I've been going through your photos, and it's fascinating.
Yeah, I suppose there's stuff on there. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. But it was it was still, you took it, well, certainly most of us took it so seriously being there, because it was such a, you were at their mercy, I suppose. If you're in their country, you really have to follow the rules, even if you don't really agree with them.
Yeah. So,
excuse me.
So go have babies. Oh, I just saw one of my butterflies fly by. Yay!
Nice.
Painted ladies. So, congratulations on your win. We'll have a rematch at some point. And
some other topic.
I don't know. That's a good idea. But I like.
It's
kind of like a game that we're making up. So.
It is a kind of game we're making up. But I suppose I'm trying to think of other stuff that would be common. Well, there's definitely things particular to here, and particular to the US, that we could have a guessing game about. So that could be quite good fun, actually. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna think about options.
Okay. Do you want to transition to joy?
Yes.
Okay.
So Beth, what's been bringing you joy this week?
So we recorded 2 days in a row, and honestly, this brings me joy. I have two things. This I just have to say I look forward to this.
Yeah, me too.
And I laugh. It's I know I'm going to get an hour of laughter in.
Yeah.
And I don't, I'm having so much fun with this. And chatting with you is just the best. And so I just want to thank you for being you.
Thank you.
It's great. You can shove me in the face now, but I really there's no one else I would rather be chatting with and laughing with for an hour every week. So.
And I agree with. I hope you know that I agree. You do know I agree. I've told you that. So it's I just want to mirror all of those sentiments before I plug the thing that's making me joyful, which is just some stupid TV show or comic book or something like that. I don't know what I didn't really actually have anything massively. I suppose I had been watching. Have you seen Justified? TV show?
I haven't.
Okay.
You
Do you
know
what it is?
I do. I just don't. Is like the title has to do with his name? Is that right?
No. It's like it's more to do with his sort of attitude, I guess.
Yeah.
Like he's a kind of U.S. Marshal who kind of
This is
shoots first and asks questions later.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I've tried. I'll say I've tried to watch it.
Because I can't remember. It's
in between murder shows and Paris Hilton's reality show.
I think it's just I get you. I think it's what's the name of it? Elmer Leonard. So Elmer Leonard kind of created the or wrote the books that it's based on.
Oh, I didn't know it was based on books.
Yeah.
Then I have more. Yeah.
So because there was a new sort of season of it recently, and I caught up with that, and I really kind of enjoyed it. But I think what draws me to it more than anything is, I think this is true. It's the main actor in it is Timothy Olyphant.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's awesome, and I loved him in Deadwood, and I was like so not sure about any time they revive something. I'm always like we're talking about the movie we're talking about. They're going to make a sequel to Spinal Tap 2, and I'm like I don't know about this at all.
What's the one with that they remade with Harrison Ford and it's in the future?
Oh, Blade Runner.
They remade Blade Runner, and I was like.
Yeah.
No offense to the actors and everyone that it's like don't remake something that's perfect.
Yeah. Like that film was surprisingly okay, but it was not. Again, I was just like, "What? Why are they doing this?"
But when someone's like, "Do you want to watch Blade Runner?" Like,
yeah,
which one do you think?
You're not going to go 2047.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. But this was a real nice return to form, and it was just nice. Seeing my boy doing his angry U.S. Marshal shit again, and it was a very comfortable winter watch, which I always kind of quite enjoy as having something like a bit, familiar around this time of year, So it's been kind of bringing me joy recently.
That's good. I you know me, like we talk about movies and TV shows all the time, so I'm a big fan of the medium, of the art form.
Yeah. And I think, we could. I was thinking it would be good to actually have conversations about those sorts of things. We can maybe think about those for like future topics, episodes. Mm-hmm. Thinking about various sort of forms of media, both in terms of like things that we enjoy from them, and also kind of what's good about them and why they're actually, worthwhile. I guess.
I could tell you a lot about The Godfather because I read the book. Ooh. The book is so good.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's so good, and it's like you really get into Don Corleone's like thought process around like why he decides to cut the head off the horse and how he's going to do it, and like gets all the information from I can't remember his adopted son's name. Anyways, it's so good. So I could explain. That was in the Barbie movie where they're like trying to like deprogram, and they were like, "Can I sit with you and have you explain The Godfather to me?" And like, I literally do that with Mike all the time, at least once a year. And I'm like, "And this is how, and this is why," and like he's just like, "Okay, keep explaining it to me, Beth."
So many of those lines that the girls walked up to the guys with were so freaking good. They were just so spot on. It was beautiful.
It was so good. It should get. I wish popular movies that aren't like sad or political like make their way to Oscar land.
Like I think the Oscars is such a political thing. You know what I mean? It has so totally become a kind of like. This person has like turned in some fine work over the past 10 years. It's their,
it's their turn.
Rather than it being necessarily the best movie ever.
Right.
Like they talk about, what was it? I think Dances with Wolves won the year that like Goodfellas was also up for it. Yes. It's like, nobody, like Dances with Wolves was a fine film. It was grand, but nobody really revisits that film. I would, for the most part. Whereas Goodfellas is still adored to this day, as far as I'm concerned. It's an incredible movie.
I watch it once a year, at least.
It's fantastic.
It is.
There's not much else like it.
No, there's nothing like. I mean that they're Dances with Wolves. I mean, we bought the DVD at the flea market a couple weeks ago, but I haven't watched it, and I always get sad because they kill the. Sorry, I'm spoiler alert. They kill the the wolf and they kill his horse, and I'm just like,
yeah.
I left the movie theater because I was crying.
Yeah, like it's very tough. I mean, like I think a lot of movies have learned that in recent years. Is like we can't kill animals anymore, and it's like, yeah, you're damn right, you can't kill animals.
Well, it's like all these movies where the dog dies, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this. I'm not gonna watch. No,
exactly.
This. Like Turner and Hooch, I'm still mad.
Yeah, it's true.
So
it's like, yeah, no,
I can't.
Just right.
Yep.
It's just right.
Yes.
But
anyways, yeah.
So we are hitting the end of our episode, folks. And thank you for joining us all as always. Beth, do you have anything else before we wrap things up?
I don't think so. I'm just excited that everyone's here with us and enjoy. I hope people enjoyed this episode because I did. I had fun.
Yeah, me too. They will. They love it.
I know.
They always love it. They keep coming back for more. They're sickos. But yes, but folks, lovely to have you as always.
As always.
And as always, we would like to remind you to
stay bendy.
You took a deeper breath than me.
I did. I was like, can I out bendy him?
Smart. Bye. Love you.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Bendy, a Beth and Andy podcast. We are so grateful to this community for picking this podcast up and making it your own. If you haven't already, please follow and subscribe to Bendy on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and YouTube, and follow us on social media to check out the embarrassing photos we put up just for your enjoyment. You can listen to all of our episodes and submit ideas for future podcast topics at bendythepodcast.com. Next week's episode focuses on the Barney New Year, where we talk about what New Year means in Ireland and in the USA, why you shouldn't make resolutions, and how planting seeds can be a metaphor. Be sure to tune in, and as always, thank you for being here with us. You always have a friend with Bendy.